Hey everyone, I had a tough day today. I worked all day but didn't make a single cent. Let me explain. During the lunch rush, my tire got punctured by a nail and it cost me 160 yuan to replace it. Plus lunch was 12 yuan, so that's 172 yuan. I completed 43 orders today, earning 4 yuan per order, exactly 172 yuan. So I earned nothing today and I haven't even had dinner yet. In the video, the woman is a Meituan delivery worker. She broke down after realizing that after working so hard all day, she had gained nothing. Delivery workers face tough conditions. Whether it's windy, raining, scorching, or freezing, they have to keep going outdoors for long hours. On top of that, the job is more dangerous than most, and the benefits are worse. The effort they put in is seriously out of proportion with their income. But with China's economy declining, many people have no other job options and are forced into food delivery. As more people enter the field, it's getting harder. One delivery worker sighed, "The overall situation is bad. There's nothing we can do."
For us delivery workers, we don't really care about the weather. We're out there almost every single day, 365 days a year. Now the weather is pretty hot. The wind that blows feels scorching, and our skin can't take it. We have to drink a lot of water every day, and we're soaked all the time.
To make ends meet, Xin Yu, a delivery worker in Chongqing, born in the 90s, chooses to work during the hottest part of the day at 1 p.m. because there's a bonus during that time. He shared, "The sun is so strong in the afternoon and people crave bubble tea." He happened to deliver from a bubble tea shop holding a promotion. Thirsty but frugal, he didn't buy a drink. Instead, he brought his cup and got free water from a fried chicken shop. You need at least 3 or 4 bottles of water a day. Your mouth gets dry, and the heat makes your hands so oily, even the sleeves I wear to cool down get soaked in sweat. On August 15, Xin Yu managed 16 deliveries compared to just 9 the day before. Only he knows how tough it was. He mentioned a particularly remote apartment complex where he couldn't find the customer's location. After circling for a while, he finally found it. But he was late and had his pay deducted. Originally, the job was worth less than 5 yuan, but after the penalty, he only earned 2 yuan. Xin Yu expressed his frustration, noting that despite his hard work, he only earned 2 yuan. He explained that if he encounters traffic issues during deliveries, he faces penalty for being late. Although society often talks about equality, in reality, things are far from fair. To make a living, Xin Yu said, one must follow the rules and adapt to the system. He's faced worse situations too. Once a customer's location was inaccurate, it pointed to the middle of a parking garage. Security wouldn't let him in, so he kept circling the complex. The customer asked him to leave the food by the parking gate. When Xin Yu marked the order as delivered, the platform penalized him for false delivery and he was fined. He had to file an appeal and submit photos showing that security would not let him in. Even though the penalty was only a little over a yuan, that delivery only paid 3 yuan in total. So they took away most of my earnings, he said, frustrated. Doesn't it hurt? That 1 yuan is something I worked hard to earn. A delivery worker from Jiangsu who works for Ele.me, born in the 80s, openly admitted that he doesn't earn much each month. Now that there are more people doing deliveries, the orders are fewer. This afternoon, I only had 1 or 2 orders, but as a worker, if you don't do the deliveries, you'll be fined. I've had times when the restaurant had multiple names, I couldn't find the right place, and I was an hour late. I got fined and still had to apologize to the customer. Chen Yi from Jiangxi has been doing part-time food delivery in Shanghai for 4 to 5 years, but it's getting harder and harder. He said, "There used to be more orders than delivery workers. Now, there are more delivery workers than orders." Chen Yi also noted that fewer people are ordering food because they're less busy at work or have been laid off. The number of orders for items like skewers and crayfish has dropped significantly, with nighttime orders almost disappearing. People aren't spending money and the number of orders has dropped significantly. Liang Li from Jiangsu used to work in an office but has been doing food delivery since 2021 on 2 platforms. He said, "For dinner, I eat instant noodles. I can't afford to splurge. There's no choice. We have to survive." When he started, the per-order price was relatively high, and he could make 400 to 500 yuan a day. Now it's down to 200 to 300 yuan. Previously, no one would take an order for less than 5 yuan, but now even 4 yuan orders are snapped up quickly. Lian kept sighing. There are more and more people doing deliveries now. It's the same in every industry. The more people that join, the cheaper it gets. Things aren't looking good. It's all tied to the economy. The overall situation is bad. There's nothing we can do. He even suggested that bad weather is the best time for deliveries. Now all across the country, the food delivery industry is struggling. With more unemployed people joining the field, everyone's in the same boat. Life is getting tougher for the underclass of society in China, and they continue to be squeezed by the authorities. Recently, a video emerged from Beijing showing a delivery worker kneeling and knocking his head against the ground in front of traffic police officers, which sparked public outrage. The video shows a police car parked on the side of the road with several traffic cops stopping passing vehicles. Bicycles and e-bikes were pulled over. Some riders left after dealing with the police, while others were held up, seemingly waiting for fines or having their bikes confiscated. The road stopped one Meituan delivery rider's electric bike. The rider, dressed in shorts, was kneeling on the ground, repeatedly knocking his head in front of the traffic cops, but they ignored him and continued checking vehicles. The delivery rider then stood up, grabbed one officer, and knelt again, pleading. The officer shook him off and walked away, but the delivery rider followed, begging. The person who uploaded the video said it happened in Beijing. The delivery worker knelt for more than a minute, but none of the officers acknowledged him. The uploader added that Beijing's traffic police are busy issuing fines to boost revenue. Officers from Chaoyang, Haidian, and Fengtai districts have been deployed in large numbers to inspect vehicles, even conducting drunk driving checks on the second ring road late at night, which caused traffic jams on the fast lanes. Another viral video showed two traffic officers stopping a delivery worker in Shanghai. One of the officers snatched the delivery worker's phone. The delivery worker demanded, "Why are you taking my phone?" The officer arrogantly replied, "Who said you could film me?" The delivery worker then took his phone back, after which the officer walked over to his e-bike and removed the keys, apparently intending to confiscate it. In a fit of anger, the delivery worker pushed the officer to the ground, shouting, "Are you trying to force me to rebel? Are you forcing me?" One netizen commented that these officers were likely auxiliary police who were checking e-bikes because they lacked proper law enforcement authority. The delivery worker wasn't cooperating, so the auxiliary officers tried to stall until official police arrived, which led to the outburst. Another commenter said, "The police abuse their power and act recklessly. The citizens are at their breaking point, forced into rebellion. Where there's oppression, there's resistance." Due to intense competition in the industry, food delivery workers in China often race against the clock to complete orders, as their delivery times are strictly regulated with penalties for being late. If traffic cops impound their vehicles, it effectively takes away their livelihood. As a result, videos of delivery workers kneeling in front of traffic police frequently surface on Chinese social media, drawing sympathy for the working class. Many people denounce the system led by the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, which leaves the underclass with no way out. Aside from the grueling work, food delivery workers in China also struggle to gain the respect they deserve. Recently in Hangzhou, Zhejiang province, a delivery worker delivering food to the Xixi Century Square accidentally knocked over a fence while walking through the greenbelt area by the river. A security guard saw this and confiscated her e-bike keys, demanding 200 yuan for damages and insisting that she kneel before returning her keys. The image of the kneeling delivery worker circulated among local delivery worker groups, prompting a large number of delivery workers to gather at the scene, demanding an apology from the property management. Videos showed a crowd of workers in their Meituan and Ele.me uniforms chanting, "Apologize, apologize." A large number of heavily armed police officers were dispatched to clear the scene and drive away the delivery workers, resulting in a standoff. Reports indicate that after the protest, those who took part were banned from their platforms and unable to accept new orders. Chinese media Yicai reported Meituan and Ele.me temporarily suspended delivery services near the Xixi Century Square. Meituan later denied reports that the protesting delivery workers had their accounts collectively suspended and stated that the company would defend workers' rights if they experienced unfair treatment during their deliveries. The involved delivery workers were reportedly safe. A citizen, Mr. Zhao, commented, "Delivery workers are already bottling up a lot of anger in their lives due to the discrimination and difficulties they face from society. They're reaching their breaking point. It's like the security guard demanding the delivery worker to kneel. It was the last straw that lit the fuse." He added that it was only natural for delivery workers to erupt in protest, and the local authorities deployed riot police because they feared that growing discontent could spiral out of control. The CCP usually deals with such incidents by immediately suppressing them with force to maintain stability. But these issues are happening more and more frequently. People's tolerance for the system is reaching its limit and is on the verge of exploding. Despite all this, the government still demands that delivery workers be grateful to the party, that is, the CCP. Recently, China's State Administration for Market Regulation issued a document calling for stronger party-building efforts among food delivery workers, as well as deeper ideological and political work to guide them to be grateful to the party and follow the instructions and guidance of the party. If necessary, they plan to establish party committees within the food delivery industry. This announcement sparked outrage on Chinese social media, with many users commenting, "Did the party think about these workers when they enjoy their special benefits like exclusive food, institutional jobs, education, and health care?" Others added, "Delivery workers are already a marginalized and exploited group, and now they're expected to be grateful. Is there no justice left?" The high unemployment rate is becoming an increasingly unsolvable social issue in China, especially among college graduates. The class of 2024 has just graduated, and jobless college graduates can be found everywhere. Experts warn that if unemployment continues to worsen, social unrest is only a matter of time. In a bid to stem the growing unemployment crisis, authorities across China have been ordered to come up with ways to create more jobs, encouraging college graduates to work at the grassroots level, start their businesses, or join the military. Universities are also under enormous pressure. Even the party secretaries and professors are forced to help jobless graduates, leading some schools to manipulate job placement statistics. A college professor told Voice of America that even the most prominent professors are now tasked with focusing on employment. Faculty members are struggling and schools are cutting corners when compiling employment statistics. However, a well-known Chinese demographer emphasized that the difficulty in finding jobs is not directly related to the number of graduates. Without economic improvement, the unemployment wave will be hard to stop. Official data shows that 11.79 million college graduates in China will leave school in 2024, breaking previous records. A recent report by Zhaoping, a Chinese job recruitment platform, found that over half of the 2024 college graduates have yet to find work. With millions of unemployed youth struggling to find jobs, recruitment scams are also on the rise, with reports of job seekers being scammed becoming more frequent. Recently, a Chinese mother appeared on television seeking justice for her 19-year-old son, who has a mental disability. He was looking for a job at a cosmetic clinic in Wuhan, Hubei province, but was instead tricked into taking out a loan and undergoing breast augmentation surgery. The unscrupulous clinic persuaded the young man to take out a loan of 30,000 yuan, about $4,200 for the surgery. One of the clinic's arguments was that he could earn money through live streaming after the surgery by attracting fans. His mother later provided a diagnosis stating that her son's mental capacity was equivalent to that of a 5-year-old child. The incident sparked 2,600 comments on Weibo, with one user remarking, "People have stopped acting like human beings in the pursuit of money." Though the mother eventually managed to cancel the loan with the help of the TV station and a lawyer, the breast augmentation surgery had already been completed. She said her son was left with 2 long scars across his chest, causing her deep sorrow. Moreover, scams involving food delivery recruitment, where young students are lured into taking out rental bike loans, have become increasingly common. A 21-year-old college student named Xiaoding was hired as a part-time delivery worker by what he thought was a Meituan affiliate in July. He was coerced into leasing an expensive electric bike through a 1-year installment plan. After starting deliveries, he realized he couldn't earn enough to cover the rental costs, so he decided to terminate the lease early. However, the company demanded he pay for the bike's wear and tear, as well as repair fees. Xiaoding explained, "That's when I realized their so-called high-paying delivery jobs were just a way to get recruits to rent overpriced electric bikes." China's top judiciary announced last year that an increasing number of scams were targeting students and recent graduates. In the past 2 years, scam cases targeting students and young job seekers have surged, with even highly educated individuals falling victim. The bleak job market has led some students to turn to fraud themselves. Official data shows that in the first 10 months of 2023, the number of minors prosecuted for phone and online scams increased by 68% compared to the previous year. Is the rising unemployment rate simply due to too many graduates competing for limited jobs? According to well-known Chinese demographer He Yafu, the record number of graduates and the bleak job market aren't directly connected. He told Voice of America, "Unemployment rates are linked to the economy. When the economy is booming, unemployment rates are low." During the economic crisis of 1929 to 1933, the U.S. had a population of just 120 million, but the unemployment rate soared to 25%. In 2023, the U.S. has a population of 336 million, yet its unemployment rate is just 3.63%. He emphasized that alleviating the problem of college graduate unemployment requires improving the investment and business environment and ensuring that universities offer degrees more aligned with market demand.